Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Karen Test Stuff. I'm Karen of Karen Test Stuff on Twitter and YouTube, and today I have a fellow content creator, Lee the Pirate Tester, with me today. Welcome, Lee.
Ahoy! The most appropriate way for a pirate to start.
Yes, absolutely. I've really enjoyed your series lately about testing tales, where you talk with other testers about different types of testing and their journeys and what they do to get there. And I'm excited to kind of share a little bit of behind the scenes today, where this is going to be a little bit different from my regular content. This is going to be more about how we go about content creation and
Mm.
shedding some light on our practices. So let's start off with a bang. Why did you start creating content?
I would say so. Before I did videos, I did blogs, and I tried blogs for a couple of years, and it was a conversation with someone else. It was with Vernon Richards, and it was with an idea of like I'm quite known for doing community to practice and SQL. They're the two things that I'm quite known for. And the idea was making some videos to help teach SQL to people, but in such a small format. Like you could be boiling the kettle or something in a very short space of time. It's like, okay, how do I do this thing? You watch a brief video on it and you get the answer rather than a 30-minute video trying to find the right point in it and so forth. And when I was speaking with him, he was like, oh, you could try and do it with like marbles to try and explain stuff. I was like, I don't have marbles, but my son's got a lot of Lego. I could use them. Later
Yeah.
that evening, I then recorded my first video with the Lego. So yes, it was a way. Main reason I did it was to try a different way of putting out content and stuff that either didn't work well in text, but also I found with making a blog, people can't always, if they don't know about it, they can't find it. Whereas it's easier to stumble on things on YouTube. It might go, oh, you watched a video on X thing, here's something similar, which you can't get with blogs. So like the MOT blog feeds, that can help, but it's generally, if you want to get noticed, use a platform that supports that. And so YouTube was the main way for me doing that.
Yeah, absolutely. I started out with blogs as well and didn't get much traction with it. Um, I know there are things that I could have done better. I could have hosted my own site. I could have really given a little bit more notice to it because I was really only sharing on social media. Um, and I wasn't using tags very well, so that people couldn't really search for it. So,
Mhm.
yes, my blogs are out there, but even searching by my name or by the title of the blog would bring up nothing. So, I had an inkling one day where I was like, I'm interested in this thing. I'm interested in software testing advocacy, and there's nothing out there. How can I get more information on this subject and put more information out into the world about it? And
Hmm.
that's what started my spark, where I did my first video just sitting here at my computer, talking at my screen with no one around, and said, what is software testing advocacy? What is it really? And then poof, here we are. So there's a lot of steps that go into kind of starting, I don't know, whichever path you want to follow when it comes to content creation. We just happen to
Yeah.
be like video folks right now, and that could change.
Yeah, because I see. We've both done blogs. During lockdown, there was a thing called Racket, which was very
Mm.
popular, especially with testers. So for people who aren't aware of it, and it's changed from what it first came out, it was like 9-minute mini podcasts where you could record and then upload. You couldn't edit it. It was all done through the web browser, and it was like boom, it's out there. And it was nice because it took that pressure off trying to edit, because I've tried editing an actual podcast and it's tiresome. um, and lots of testers got involved with it, so it was already this mini community within this slightly bigger obscure community, and it was great. And then they changed how that works, so they made it iOS only and maximum 99 seconds, which is a big shift. And I use an Android device, so I was like, can't use that anymore. I was like, well,
Ah.
I enjoyed the audio format. What if I do the same thing but just with more camera?
Hmm.
And so I've gone from text to audio to video, and who
That
knows what's
makes
next.
that makes perfect sense. That journey makes absolute sense. I'm kind of all over the place just because of whatever I get excited about is what I go with. Um, Usually my first try doesn't succeed, but I'm just used to that. So I just move on to whatever the next exciting thing
Just
is.
persevere, keep going.
Yeah, yeah, because this can be difficult. You can run into snags here and there, especially when you're just starting. We have so many people out in the community who are ready to engage with content that really there's a space for everyone, no matter the topic. So
Mhm.
I would encourage anybody who's just starting out to just try and see what works for you. There's so many different options. We really have a lot of options. Okay, and then your most recent series, I know you were working on the sequel with Legos, but your most recent series has been kind of these shorts about content creation. Can you speak on that a little bit?
Yeah, so I wanted to let people know it was originally I did some posts on Twitter where I was like, this is how I'm doing stuff. Because again, if I'm putting it out there, if people were wanting to start doing content creation, they might not know where to start or how I'm doing it or why I'm doing it. So I was like, right, well, this is how I edit, this is how I record, this is why I'm using shorts, this is why I'm using full-length videos and so forth. And then I was like, what if I did the same thing as YouTube Shorts and made it a series? So people are like, well, what do you use for editing? Oh, I use this. Why do you do shorts? Because of this and so forth. And that way they can go back to the tweets if they can find them, or they can go and watch the videos. And because they're maximum of a minute, it's easily digestible.
Absolutely. Well, and don't worry, I'll have the link to your playlist in the description down below so that anyone who's interested can go and find that. So, when you were thinking about the different types of content to put out in these shorts, did you just make a list and go, or did you get input from the community?
So for the sequel videos, as they were the first shorts I tried, it was mainly thinking what things I want to try and explain in sequel, which ones can be easily done in Lego, because with a mixture of the time and the medium I'm using, I can't do something really difficult with Lego in 60 seconds. So I'm like, right, it's got to be very, here is like the syntax word you need. This is how where works, and that's all I can cover in it. So I did like, as I started doing a few, put out asking what kind of things people are wanting. But yeah, the difficulty is it's trying to make sure it's something that can be done in that time frame. If I wanted to do a more complex and longer video outside the shorts, I could do a lot more with that. But then I feel that's veering away from why I made the shorts, which was, oh, I want to know how this word works. If I search for SQL where, this is the video on SQL where. They might not need to know the other things with SQL. They're okay with it. Or conversely, they don't want to worry about it yet, and they can just watch the video they need, rather than again looking in a big video and trying to figure out where it is, even with timestamps and things in the description and so forth.
And chapters. I haven't figured out YouTube chapters yet, but I'm working on it.
I haven't done anything where I need them yet. I know some people they use chapters, some people they find timestamps and put it in the description. They try both. It's again, it's something for us to eventually learn when we cross that bridge.
Yes, absolutely. I feel like I'm almost to that bridge because I have longer videos and that's what I've been primarily putting out recently. So I've been looking for short snippets within those where I can pull them out and make them other like standalone 2 to 3 minute videos, just to kind of capture people's attention. And then if they want to know more about it, then they can come to the full video. So that's the way I've been kind of utilizing it a little bit, or using shorts to promote my longer videos
Mm.
so that I can tell people what's going to be in the video. And then, oh, it's coming out on Wednesday. They can tune in if it's a topic that they're interested in.
Yeah.
So awesome. So in this same vein of content creation, what just flat out hasn't worked for you?
Keeping a schedule. I am terrible. Like, I'm not. If I say to myself, okay, I will make a video on like a Friday evening when it's just me around and I'll put stuff out. No, I'm very much a. I have the energy. I will make a bunch of videos, or I don't have the energy. I won't. And I could do like several videos a day and then nothing. I did have it where when I made a large amount of videos at once, I did schedule them so I could know that they would come out on like, especially when I had a lot of shots for the content creation stuff. I had them each day at I think it was 3 p.m. my time, so that way it would be quite regular. People could see them. I could schedule tweets on Twitter as well to say, "Hey, my latest video is out," blah blah blah. But if it was down to me making and saying every Wednesday a video is going to come out, like you often do, I can't do it.
I needed to do something for myself to have some sort of structure because I work well within structure.
Mm,
But for instance, this week I've got four recordings lined up, so I'll need to have some way to tell people when their video will be coming out, because you finish a video with someone and you're so excited about it, you want to see it right away, and then you hear, oh, it's going to be 3 weeks out. It's kind of dejecting almost as a guest, because you have so long to wait before people can see the content that you've created. But I know, like, you and I like to give little sneak previews to our guests, don't we?
yeah, it's like, here's the video. Do you like it? And it's like, ooh.
Yes, absolutely. I like to give people a chance to make any comments or let me know if there's anything that they feel uncomfortable with. Like maybe we got into a topic that was a little too deep for what they wanted to go into, or maybe there was a story that was a little bit too personal that needs to not be shared. Things
Mm,
like that, I will go in and make a proper like edit to. I haven't run into that yet, but that's something that I make sure that the people that I record with know ahead of
yes.
time. So, but something that hasn't flat out hasn't worked for me, blogging. Blogging. It just didn't work for me. I love to write. I'm a writer. I am a storyteller. But man, blogs just I don't get
Writer's
the
block is hard, isn't it?
interaction. Yeah, I don't get the interaction with the audience that I do on social media and YouTube and all of these other formats. So, and what about the Purple site? What about Twitch? Have you done anything with Twitch yet?
I've not done anything with Twitch because YouTube has the option to do live videos as well. Um, and the streaming tool, which I can't even remember for the life of me because I didn't realize it wasn't. That's something that didn't work for me, in fact. Live videos,
Mm.
because I wasn't very good at announcing it, trying to build up an audience. If there's no one there, it's just like I'm recording and uploading with no chance to edit, so there's no point me doing a live. Um, and it's the kind of thing where because I've only got one monitor for my main computer, I'd want to be able to have one screen of what I'm doing and then another screen so I can see the chat, which would make it more convenient as well. And it's just little things like that. So yeah, I haven't tried Switch because I could do YouTube Live. I tried YouTube Live twice. It wasn't very successful. Not for me. But I think it's partly because of the type of stuff I've tried to do. So like I've done going through the W3 School sequel questionnaires, and because there was no one there to be interactive with, it was just me showing stuff.
Mhm.
Again, it was live, but it could have not been live and it wouldn't have changed anything. Um,
Ah,
so because there wasn't something where I was interacting with people, giving them options, saying, okay, do I want to do this thing or that thing? It didn't work for me. I think if I had a clear idea of building up a live audience and what they would get from a live experience compared to a recorded experience, I think that's when I'd get a bigger benefit from live.
sure. I wonder if there's an opportunity there because as soon as you started talking about the issues that you were having, my brain immediately goes into problem solving mode. So I'm thinking things like, oh, well, what if you had a co host to play off of? Or what if you had someone who was just on the stream with you who was maybe doing like a pair testing session, like somebody's driving and someone's navigating, that kind of
Hmm.
thing would be really fun.
Well,
But
I know that's already in your head of something else to do. Like, oh, another project to add to yourself.
oh, don't worry. It'll be out of my head in 30 seconds or less. I guarantee it.
So, right, it's recorded. You can watch it back. You go, oh, yeah.
I'm full of great ideas. I'm just not great with the execution.
Yeah, I know that feeling, sadly.
So, honestly, if any of our viewers are watching this and just don't know where to start with content creation, come to me. I have tons of ideas. Some not so brilliant, but lots of ideas that people can take and run with, and I'm happy to share that. It is in my goal to not be a gatekeeper in this setting. So, if anybody wants to know, hit me up.
And if people do, if they are debating getting started, for me, I would just say, give it a go. The worst case scenario, you go, I didn't like these, and you delete your videos.
Yeah,
And
it's just that
if they
easy.
work, great. And you can try it. You can go, okay, I can do this next time. I can do that next time. And it's just getting a little bit better every time.
Absolutely, 100%. And that's exactly this last sticky note that I have for us to discuss before we move into the tools that we use is exactly that. How would you encourage new content creators? And I think we've done that.
Yeah. With any kind of content creation, it's thinking to yourself, why do you want to make this content? So is it you're making stuff that you can refer back to later? Are you doing it because you want to make yourself more widely known? I've had it in a recent job interview where they admitted they had looked at my blog and my videos and it helped them get to know me better. Like, I like videos because I feel I can put more personality across compared to just raw text. So it might be something like that. You might go, okay, I want to express myself in a different format. I can't draw for toffee. So I am not like the amazing Bruce who's great at drawing art. My blog is just text. I can't put nice art on it. But if I can put my energy, my passion across in a video, groovy. So if you are the same, if you go, I'm very passionate about X thing, video will let you do that. But video doesn't have to be the one. If you don't want to be on YouTube, if you don't want to show your face, don't do a podcast, do text, do medium. Just give something a go,
Yeah,
or all of them.
absolutely. 100% because you there's so much about the internet that is scary. There's a lot out there. There's a lot of reasons why not to do something. But if you feel really passionate about something and you want to find other people that are passionate about it too, not even like convincing people that they should be passionate about, there are billions of people in this world. Somebody is going to be passionate about the same thing as you. And this is a neat way to connect.
Mm.
So having that just the oomph to get started is the absolute hardest. There's a ton of content out there about how to actually do content creation, how to make sure that your work is visible, how to make sure that you come up in Google searches, how to do the actual content creation, how to actually write content. But you have to just try because you're not going to innately know what you're good at, and you're not going to be good at something immediately. You have to try. You have to try different things. I'm constantly changing. Right now, we're on a new video format that I put together on my streaming platform that I've messed with, that I didn't really like at first, don't really like now, still working on it. But it's all a work in progress, isn't it?
Yeah, it's just constant evolution. And mine just thinks, is it Wayne Gretzky? His quote of "You miss 100% of the shots you don't take." Like, if you don't make a YouTube channel, a blog, a podcast, whatever, you won't know if it works for you or not.
Mhm.
Like, I think like Thomas Edison had like 49 failures before he made the working light bulb, and it's like, I didn't make the light bulb. I made 49 things that weren't a good light bulb until he eventually got it. It's like, YouTube might not work out for me. It might not work for you, but we won't know until we keep trying more with it.
Right. I'm excited. I've got so many ideas about like once I'm able to finally get my Twitch handle, I want to um like live stream building my website to try blogging again. But I want to have a place to house those blogs, so I want to do this first. In order to do that, I have to wait for the time period, the time period before I can change my name again. But when that happens, I do want to revisit blogging. I want to try again because I'll have an actual platform that will enable me to be successful this time. Hopefully.
Fingers crossed.
So we'll see. All right. Any other advice you might have for people before we hop into our setups?
Not like immediately think of. Like, I would. One thing I would say to people is we are still learners. We are still new at
yeah.
this. So we're not like the people who have millions of subscribers. We are still very much the start of our journey. We might be 2 steps ahead of other people, but we can go, this is what our 2 steps have been like, and that's why we're here now.
Right. I have probably half the number of subscribers that you have, and I don't care. I'm excited. I was so excited when I hit like 40 subscribers that I was like, I need to tell everyone. 40 people care what we have to say.
Yeah. I'm like, why are these people subscribing to me? Am I putting out stuff? Like, I put out stuff these people must be interested in enough to find out when more stuff comes out. So great.
Yeah, it's amazing. And I nothing would be possible without the people who consume this content. Because of course we could put it out there, we could get a little bit more practice, we could make sure that we cement our knowledge a little bit by sharing. But without the people that actually engage in it, you don't get a lot of fulfillment out of it.
Mm.
So, or I don't get a lot of fulfillment when people aren't interested in what I'm talking. Well, when I can't make that connection with the other person to know kind of what their interests are so that I can kind of tailor the information to their ears. That's the most fulfilling part for me, is being able to do that.
For me, it's when a video has like no views. You're like, is it because the title was no good? Is it the thumbnail isn't appealing? Or if they watch it and they drop off really quickly, I'm like, is it how I'm doing the intro? Is it how I'm speaking? Is it the topic? Just
is it the tags?
It can really make you overthink. Is part of the problem.
Did you think that maybe, or did you maybe forget to upload tags for a video because it's hidden down in that little expandable menu?
Yeah, but a lot of the stuff says tags aren't that used anymore. It's normally only if there's like common typos or the kind of thing. Generally, it's the description and the title which drives most of the work through it. So only if you would have similar words. But I have been using the analytics feature of YouTube to see what's making me get found. And so if I got a video related to one of those things, making sure those things are either in the title, description, or added as tags if they're not applicable in there. So if I talk about software testing, I get some things that sorts were software tester. So I'm like, okay, I will make sure that is in as a tag to help increase the chances. And it's, again, that's when you can really start overthinking. Go, is it really helping? Does it do much? I don't know.
It's art. It's the same process with art. Is it done? Should I add more highlights? Should I add more shading? Should I add highlights here in this one specific spot? Or should I just let it go?
Oh, and that's the thing. It's, if you try to build perfection, you'll never release anything. And people in software testing should definitely know this feeling. Mm-hmm. So it's like things like good or satisfactory are positive words, but for some people, good isn't good enough. For people go satisfactory, that's not good enough. But by definition, it is satisfactory.
Yes, it satisfies. I totally get that. So let's talk hardware now. Take us through. I've got your pieces on screen that you sent me ahead of time that you wanted to highlight. So take me through your setup.
So the first easiest thing to show off is
The toner,
this,
yeah.
my lovely Tonor mic. Yep. It came in a very lovely box. I made sure the box was on hand as it gets all the sunlight blasting on it. So it all fits nicely into one little case. Came with the pop filter and everything. So I got this because I was like, well, I'm making more stuff. Like for ages, I'd used the built-in microphone in my Chromebook, which is, again, it is satisfactory, but I wanted something better, and it was, I think it was £30 on Amazon, and I had £20 worth of vouchers. So I was like, it only really cost me £10.
I love that.
And so it is just plug in, boom. Like when I've used it, people have noticed the sound sounds better. When I've listened back to a podcast that I've done and hearing the differences, I can tell it's better. And like I wanted a better microphone, but I didn't want like £100 plus microphone, because I'm not making money from all of this stuff. It is a hobby, and it can be very easy to buy stuff than buy better version later on, and effectively wasted money. But it does the job. I am happy with it, and yeah, it looks nice.
Right.
Like when I'm doing stuff in video, I feel like I'm being more professional.
It
for an amateur thing.
does. You really can tell the difference, because I did a short mic check where I did the difference between this mic here that I'm speaking with you on Zoom on and the Yeti mic that I'm actually using to record with. And the difference is astounding. You hear so much more feedback with this mic, and you hear little things in the background. But for instance, when I was recording a setup for you the other day, it was really windy outside, and my mic is so delicate that it was picking up the wind and thinking that it was background noise, or that it was really loud on my mic, and then it was reducing the gain so that then you couldn't hear me speaking. And technology is amazing. I guess I'll go ahead and show this off. I was just going to do your setup first, but since we're talking about it, this is my Yeti Blue mic that I absolutely love. I got it on sale. And the reason that I bought it was because of what you were talking about, buying something and then buying a better one is effectively a waste of money. The reason I picked the Blue Nano was because it's not only a desktop mic, it also has a boom arm. So I have the ability to purchase a boom arm later if I'd like to have more space on my desk. And it also has like the, what do you call those things? The mounts where it's got the springy, the stabilizer.
I own a boom arm, but I bought this years ago for putting a camera on for recording when I play tabletop card games. So whilst it was designed to have a microphone on it, it was actually having a GoPro on it. So completely not at all used for any of my recording stuff, but it's so I could mount it to tables and record videos top down.
That's so smart. I would love to have something like that eventually, because I do want to get into tabletop gaming as well. That's one of my hobbies that I'd like to have a little crossover with on the internet. This is amazing. So how do you use, I know Zencastr is a personal favorite of yours. How do you use that in the easiest way for somebody new to pop in and check it out?
So the nice thing I like about Zencastr is you've got, so it's free to set up, which is always a good start. And I think you can have like 5 guests on a free account. I've never needed more than one at a time. So five guests would be a very busy time. You can choose if you want it to be record only the audio and no one on screen. If you want to record the audio but show the people on screen so you can see each other but not record it, or if you want to record the video and the audio. What I especially like about it, and I found about it through my research for podcasting stuff, was it records everyone individually, and it separates their audio and their video. So if I wanted to just use, say, audio from us talking and not the video, I don't have to find the video and rip it out of it. It's done. And because it's doing it individually, if I needed to mute myself because I was coughing or some strange background noise, I can just find and isolate mine in a audio editing tool or video editing tool. And yeah, and then it can also upload straight to like Google Drive and Dropbox and all sorts of stuff. So rather than recording on one device, if I want to edit it on my other device, I can just get it straight out the cloud. And yeah, it's very nice.
That's a really
It's what
nice
I
one.
used to record our previous video on.
Yeah, and it worked really well for me. I really enjoyed the fact that both of the videos were recorded locally and then updated to the cloud, because that makes it so easy. Like, if you have an issue with the Zoom connection, it doesn't matter because you're not using Zoom, you're using Zencastr, and it's being recorded while you're using it on your machine.
Mm.
So I really, really enjoy that. That's not something that I have the ability to do with Streamlabs, which is what I use. I'm just going to flip over to this. I did kind of a scrolling motion on the page while you were talking about Zencastr so that people could see kind of the website and how it's set up. On Streamlabs, they do have the ability to do separate audio tracks as well. I just haven't gotten that far yet. This is mainly a video game streaming platform that I just happen to use for recording. So I have the ability to create what are called scenes, which is what you're viewing
Okay.
on the video right now. Is I've got a capture of a desktop window. I've got my Zoom recording with Lee over here, and I've got my own webcam, and I've just kind of created this from a theme that they have, which is the Pride Minimal theme, which I absolutely love, by the way. Shout out to the creator. Woot woot. But they've got a ton of really cool themes that you can use that have pre-built like frames and backgrounds and things like that are all really entertaining. So these are the overlays that I was talking about, the themes, and then it gives you the ability to stream to multiple platforms at once if you do want to do a live stream. So you can do YouTube, Twitch, and Facebook all at the same time from one specific area, which I really enjoy. It's also open source. So they do a lot of work with many different groups on how to make the platform better, as well as their own internal team. And just in general, I met the creator not too long ago. He's a really cool dude. He's very no BS. I really enjoyed talking with him. But he loves the designer community and the creator community that they have at Streamlabs. So that's why I really like them. So what about you use this, do you use the smartphone kit for your shorts?
Yeah, so I use my Chromebook when I'm doing interviews, and I use my phone and a kit. So it was a birthday present for my wife. So it comes in a lovely little package.
Oh.
And here's the inside. So I've got the tripod mount, which I could use as a hand mount, microphone, that holds the phone, piece it all together, and then a stand to put the light on, which is really powerful. And then the microphone covers, and yeah, so that way I can, if I want it landscape, portrait, facing me, away from me, I can do it all. And again, I can use a directional mic rather than the one built into the phone. And it all seems to be pretty good for me.
I love that.
Yeah.
I have a couple of different webcams that I use. I'm just going to pop over to my side really quick so I can show these. I use a C920. That's my actual webcam that I use. It gets amazing quality. You can tell from my setup here that I am a Logitech girl through and through. I use Streamlabs, I use Yeti, I use the Logitech webcams, Logitech headset. I am a Logitech girl, but it's because their stuff is so accessible. It's so easy to just plug in and go. Literally every piece of equipment that they have. I mean, the most advanced one that I have is the Nano, and I just use the desktop, the Logitech G Hub to mess with my levels. They've got different pre-recorded sound effects that you can use that are really fun on the mic. And then it also gives you the ability to edit your headset audio settings and your webcam settings inside the G Hub. So that's really, really nice and very handy. The C615, I'm not as big of a fan of. That's actually the one that I'm using for my Zoom now because it doesn't get as good a quality. I don't know if you've noticed, Lee, but my sometimes in the evenings, well, I guess you wouldn't notice if you don't know when I'm recording, but sometimes in the evenings when I don't have the light coming in through the windows, the C615 will sometimes make me kind of orangey.
Oh,
So that's a little weird one. I haven't messed with the video settings. I'm sure there's a way to
yeah,
correct that, but yeah, that's what I use, and I really really like it. This headset is phenomenal. It's the lightest headset I've ever used in my life. It doesn't feel like I'm wearing anything, and even with my glasses, I don't get ear fatigue.
that's good.
Yeah, so it's fantastic. I know you had mentioned, I'm sorry if I'm making people sick zooming around like this. I know you had mentioned DaVinci. What kind of editing do you actually do on your videos?
So um for a while, DaVinci is a very recent piece of kit for me. It's when I wanted something more robust. So previously I used a website called Veed, um, and that was because I wanted to take some audio recordings and turn them into videos. And there wasn't, when I Googled, there wasn't a lot of options, and I found that and it was very useful. And one nice thing it does is it lets you burn the subtitles on, which is very helpful. The downside is it's, if you want it at the free tier, it's limited by time, and it puts on their branding and that kind of stuff. So there's got to be something for free. But I was looking on Reddit for what do people use or recommend, and DaVinci Resolve came up, and it is a very potent piece of kit for free. It's effectively the free level of like commercial grade, like movie studio level editing it can do. I probably barely scratched the surface of what it can do. The manual is 3,600 pages as a manual. They are not messing around, but you can see all the like if you want multiple videos. So when I was editing our video, I had one video for you, one video for me, our separate audio, so I can cut them. You can do all sorts, adding on extra text and images, and it's a steep learning curve. The nice thing is there are a lot of videos on YouTube for how to do the thing you need. I was like, right, I've made my video. How do I get my video out? Because the thing I thought it wasn't it. It was like, no, you have to go to a different tab and press render. And I was like, yeah, I thought it was just like say project as, but it was saving the first cut.
Ah,
So because I cut like 2 seconds in, I only saved the first 2 seconds of one of the two video streams. And yeah,
mhm.
it's a steep learning curve, but there are so many videos out there that it can help you with what you're trying to do, which is nice.
Yeah, same with Streamlabs as well, because Streamlabs has a sort of a built-in editor that's still in beta, I believe, where you can actually put clips together, and it'll allow you to like make little edits here and there, but there's no time stamping.
Ah,
So it's impossible to figure out exactly where you need to be cutting because there's no timestamps. So it could be better, definitely. I haven't really played with that feature too terribly much. I've been doing my editing just on a basic Windows editor, like photo editor, is what I've been doing my edits on in case I needed them. I haven't really needed it, but this is something I'm definitely going to look into because I'm very interested in it. So I'm going to be looking at that too. And everything that we talked about today, I'll have linked in the description below, so that you're able to go check these out. Should be pretty quick since they're all just links here. I'll just pop them in the description and we'll be ready to go. Um, Anything else that you use on a daily basis or on a relatively regular basis that you think might be helpful?
if people are wanting to do some um, audio edits rather than just video, I use a tool called Audacity. So that's free. It's very good for podcasting. Again, it can do a lot more than what I've needed to do. So there might be things that I might want to do and don't know about yet, or haven't had the opportunity to come across. But like if I needed to mute segments, it can do things like removing background noise, raise, lower things. It's got a lot of bells and whistles. So again, it's free, it's very powerful, it's very useful. So if you're recording somewhere and you get certain background noises, it might be like you have a running fridge or something like that.
Mhm.
I think you can have it where it can find it, it can isolate it, so then when you want to edit stuff, it's already gone rather than trying to get it out of the video. And yeah, so that's a piece of software I'd recommend to folks as well.
Awesome. I love that. Alrighty. Well, we're coming to the end of our time together here. I've really enjoyed this. This is so out of the norm for me that I feel like it's very refreshing, and I appreciate you coming
Good.
to have this conversation with me.
Well, I feel like we're kind of we're on like a parallel journey. We're both doing getting into YouTube and doing things with it, and we're using different equipment, different software, talking about different things, but still progressing on our journey and trying things out and going with, okay, let's try this, see what is and isn't working for us. And it might be one thing works for one of us that doesn't necessarily work for the other.
Yeah,
Or go,
absolutely.
I'm trying this, give it a go.
I actually like that we're trying different things because then we can report back to each other and say, "Ooh, I really liked this," or "Stay away from this. At least I tried it so you don't have to." All right. Well, if you'd like to continue the conversation with us, as it says on screen, continue on Twitter. I'm going to pop our handles up one last time for the viewers. Thank you so much for being with me today, Lee. I've really enjoyed this, and I look forward to our next talk.
Yeah, it's gonna happen, isn't it?
Yeah,
This is gonna be a semi-regular thing for us now.
I hope so. All righty. Have a great day, all. Thanks for being here. Bye.
Bye, everyone.